Man, shout out to the whole 5150 Nation listeners if you are tuning in. Speaking to 5150 fan myself since 2016, I would like to say 2016, 2017. Know what I mean? Shout out to Corey Holcomb, the greatest comedian of all time. You know what I mean? The GOAT of comedy, the current GOAT of comedy, in my opinion. If you want to give me Bill Burr, you know what I'm saying? You want to give me some other names, right? Dave Chappelle. By the way, but people don't understand, like, even with that Dave Chappelle thing, when he was talking about his specials not being the top notch, I understand what Corey's saying, because the stuff that people found profound on Dave Chappelle's recent comedy specials is just stuff that Corey Holcomb has been saying on his show like literally every week. You know what I mean? Or not even just Corey's show, like the stuff that Zoe Williams would say on his show for years. I'm talking about years. Like, even, dude, this whole, what we consider this space, what do you want to call it? The manosphere, the RP sphere, right? All of that. This stuff, Ninja's been talking about this stuff for years, dog. That's why I hate when, like, normies, they'll just come through, like, you'll say something, like, you'll just make sense, and unfortunately it'll probably put, say, a certain type of group of women in a bad light, or you'll call out something that a woman does, and then after you make your point, they'll just say, oh, you're just an Andrew Tate fanboy, you're just, I'll just look at these people and I'll just be like, these people here, dog. It's literally, it's a waste of my time. I always tell them, I'm like, first of all, this shit that you're hearing from whatever, Top G, Kevin Samuels, all these niggas been talking about this shit for years. I'm talking about, I remember even being in church, dog. And I remember, like, older teenagers, they would find, dude, like, this stuff, we've been talking about this for years. Anyways, especially like in niggadom, in the barbershops, behind closed doors, people, they just couldn't talk about it publicly. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's speak on Corey Holcomb, what he was talking about on his show last night when he spoke on his daughter and his daughter possibly being in trouble. Now, what I noticed was, because Corey was basically, he low-key kind of gave an olive branch. It was like, look, who cares about what you saying about me, Tasha K? I don't care. And he said, look, my daughter might be in trouble because she showed up with a black eye. Now, he said, now, can you use your research skills to find out what's happening with that situation so I can fix it? He didn't make fun of Tasha K's appearance. He didn't even talk about it. He just said, look, can you just figure that shit out for me real quick so I can fix it? You know what I mean? And I respected that. Now, what I noticed in the chat, I think people were, I guess people were ready for Corey to roast Tasha K. Now, I never, like, before even looking at the chat, I did not realize, I guess Tasha K really is a big deal. I guess I didn't realize how much of a big deal she was, but I was like, people really listening to what she has to say, because every time her name pops up and I hear her talk, she's just causing drama or getting caught lying. You know what I mean? She's just, I just don't hold her in that high of esteem to be like, oh man, I can't wait till Corey starts talking about Tasha K. I never watched any of the videos that she put out there. Now, according to Corey Holcomb, this is where the normies lose me sometimes. So according to Corey Holcomb, Tasha K had Corey Holcomb's, I guess, baby mother on the show. Now, anybody that understands life, you can't trust anything, really, especially in America. You can't trust anything an ex-wife has to say about a partner. You like literally, you can't trust anything that she says. Just the other day, you know, the stuff that they'll say about their exes, and then you'll talk to the dude, and then you'll just find out, look, things just didn't work out. Either he moved on with another woman, or the ex will catch the woman cheating, and then she'll just flip out. You know what I mean? And just the other day, this is what people don't understand about this. Just the other day, I was on yesterday I was on AJ's stream, and the woman was going up to court talking about, oh, my baby daddy was stalking me. And and first of all, I already called. I'm like, that's got to be a lie. because you don't even have no criminal reports, no nothing. And I'm like, so what do you mean stalking you? Then I'm like, and I was like, I'm pretty sure the dude was just trying to pick the kids up, and or he was just trying to see his kids one day, and you was blocking him, and he was trying to figure out where his kids. It had to do something with the kids, clearly, or you hiding the kids from him. And come to figure out, she she was literally changing her address, moving to different spots, and not telling the baby father where she was moving to, even though she has primary custody of his kids. And he was literally like, I'm trying to see my kids, but she's not giving me an address. But she's telling the normies he's stalking me. No, you're hiding his kids from him. You're trafficking his own kids from him. Anyways, that's a whole other topic that I can talk about. So you can't really trust. I'm not gonna watch a Tasha K stream where she got this dude's baby mother on there talking crazy about him. I ain't finna watch that. Don't ever trust nothing a baby mama say about the baby father. If you let them all tell it, they're all abusive, toxic, gay. All of them are undercover. If you let the baby mother tell it, this dude can't do nothing right. So I'm not gonna watch a Tasha K stream where she's literally she's if what's Corey's saying is right, if she's just talking about the man and you're just giving the baby mother a platform to speak. I ain't finna follow that. But I was looking at the chat during the show, and people were just like, Corey's dodging her. And I was like, dude, Corey was brave enough to speak his mind on what he really feels about Dave Chappelle's specials. You really think I'm finna give Corey cootie props or cootie points or cool points for talking on Tasha K? It would have been an extra laugh. I get that. It'll be an extra laugh, but who gives a fuck about a Tasha K? You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck about a Tasha K? So that did confuse the chat. Can really confuse me, on that end. Yeah, the chat. Okay, and also another thing too, because I've seen like they'll talk about how like Corey turned on Grady and whatnot. But I remember I used to. This is the thing. This is why I don't trust you people. This is why I don't trust you people. This is what would happen. Grady would come on the show and he would talk, and he would be clearly lying about a lot of things, right? But me, I didn't say anything. I was just like, well, that's Corey's guy, right? For now. that's how I always look at it. That's Corey's guy for now, right? The chat would be lighting up Corey for not calling out Grady for lying. And then the one day that he finally did, Grady left the show. And then everybody was calling Corey a bad guy for, I guess, dissing Grady and not protecting him. And I'm just like, but you guys were like the same people that kept calling Grady out. I'm talking about Grady would like talk about his life. I'm talking about before that episode, the That's a Cap episode. One of my favorite episodes of all time, mind you. That's one of my favorite episodes of all time. But that before that episode, every time Grady would talk about his life or stuff, people would be in the comments talking about he capping. And then when Corey finally calls out Grady for capping, Grady got in his feelings, doesn't come back to the show anymore because he finally got caught up lying. And people talking about, what, you trying to make a man say that he cheated on his wife? And I'm like, look, man, you never know when one cap is one cap too many. You know what I mean? And let's keep it honest. Let's keep it a buck, especially when we're talking about male entertainers in the industry. Basically, none of them are sexually faithful, but that doesn't take away from their greatness as an entertainer. That's just the business, and most people are afraid to speak on what it is. And that's the world that Corey comes from. It's interesting. That's why I find Corey a fascinating figure, because he really doesn't hold any punches for anybody, and it'll be like Corey will say all types of messed up stuff, but there'll be one day it's to be something that you don't like or something you don't disagree with, which I don't agree with everything Corey does. But that shit is funny. He's hilarious. But that I don't agree with everything that he says, right? Not on everything, but I'm like, it's enough for you to I ain't watching the show no more. And I'm like, out of all the fucked up things he said, you're gonna leave it at that. This is the final straw, right? When he's talking about abortion, or if he's talking about politics, right? I'm like, so that's the line in the sand. That out of all the stuff Corey has said, I'll be like, so you draw the line at that, but you're laughing at everything else. I ain't with that. Me personally, I ain't with that. Either you find them fucked up or you don't. That's what I deal with on that end. But yeah, like I said, the stuff about I guess wanting the beef with I don't whether Corey was going to speak on Tasha K or not. I was not looking forward to that. I wanted him to talk about Shannon Sharp and those. Man, who give a fuck? You know about these wannabe Wendy Williams type. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck?